Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Thomas Clan. Today we're doing part 2 of 4 for our garden planning series, which part 2 is going to be budgeting. It's going to be a very quick video because I'm really bad at budgeting. That's why I have my wife. So there's a couple of things that I look at when budgeting for my garden. I actually did some research on this, and beginning gardeners are recommended to spend $1 to $1.50 per square foot on their first garden, or when they're newer gardening. I think that that's way too much, because if you are spending, I mean, if you have a small space, sure, that makes sense because you're going to spend that much anyway. But if you're starting to delve into the larger square footage, that's really not feasible. For example, we're going to have over 1,800 square feet of garden this year. If we were to take that rule of principle, we would be spending anywhere from $1,800 to $2,700 on the garden this year, and I'm pretty sure Zabrina would not be happy with that. So we're clearly not spending that much. So I've kind of developed a couple of my own rules on how I'm figuring it, and just some ideas I'd like to pass along to you. So number one, I think that the amount that you spend on the garden, on your garden, should be less than what you would have spent on the vegetables you're growing in the grocery store. So for example, if you want to grow potatoes, and you know that you spend $200 a year on potatoes, for example, then I definitely wouldn't be spending more than $200 on growing your own potatoes, because, sorry, the baby boy is distracting over here. So yeah, I wouldn't spend more than $200 on growing the potatoes, because then you're going to lose motivation, you're going to lose interest, you're going to start to say, well, I'm putting in all this work and it's costing me more. So, you're going to say hi to everybody? Say hi, YouTube. Say hi, everybody. Can you say hi? Say hi. So, rule 2, which is more like rule 1A, is to obviously set a budget that is within your capability. You don't want to be breaking the bank or stressing yourself out to purchase everything that you do need to purchase for your garden. And for obvious reasons, and going back to the motivation, and where if you're spending a ton of money, or if it's, oh my goodness, this percentage of my paycheck is going towards my garden every week, and I can't afford it, it's too stressful, you're going to lose interest and you're going to stop gardening. And that's not what we want. We want everybody out there growing food, eating healthier. So rule number 3 is prioritizing, in which I'm going to tell you how I prioritize for my garden. So number 1 is going to be seeds. I want to make sure that I get the best quality seeds, so that way I know that my plants will grow, I know that they're going to be healthy, and I know that they're going to produce a lot, so that way I can make a lot of food for the family. Number 2 is going to be, on my priority list, is having the right conditions, so the right soils, the right fertilizers, the right amendments if needed, so that way the plants will grow healthy, so that they'll do the best they can. Number 3, from there, is then the different protections, so putting a fence around the garden, maybe getting live traps if we have some particularly pesky animals getting in, things like that. And then 4th, and really is going to be kind of like the miscellaneous, but like the beautification, things that are not so important to me, like for example, maybe getting wood to make the finished beds. I don't really need 2x8s circling my beds to have them be pretty enough. I'm fine with just the dirt, as long as the veggies are growing out of them. I'm happy with it. because that's what I'm after, is having the healthy, delicious vegetables. So from there, I mean, this is a quick video, nice, short, sweet, and simple. A quick recap. We want us to be affordable, and we want to have our priorities in order, and everybody's priorities might be different. You want to make sure you set some aside for plants if you grow with plants. The beautification might be more important to you. I know a lot of people who just want those beautiful gardens to look a certain way, where the amount of production isn't as important. To me, the amount of production is important. Last year in the garden that we had, 740 square feet, I spent $523 for the year on my garden, and we were able to produce about $1,500 worth of food, and that's based on the national year-round average for the vegetables in which we grew. I did use the organic pricing whenever I could, and there are actually a few vegetables I couldn't find organic pricing for in the pricing index, so I used the non-organic, and so I was able. So, like I said, in that garden, with the tough year that we had last year, I was very, very happy to know that we made about $3, or that we produced about $3 for every dollar that we spent. This year, as you know, we're gonna have 1,800 square feet. We're budgeting $600. So as you see, everything that I do, that's the budget that I have for the entire year, for all of our seeds, for any fertilizers that we use, for any fencing, any equipment, anything that we do. So that means, sometimes you have to get some hand-me-downs or some used equipment, but I'm okay with that. Pardon me. And but that's just a little insight. And so our goal this year is going to be to produce $4,500 worth of vegetables, fruits and vegetables technically, but $4,500 worth of produce is my goal this year on $600 spent. That's a little bit more than $7 produced for every $1 spent, which I believe is very, very possible, considering what we had production in last year and the things that we learned. So that's pretty much everything for today. Like I said, a short video. Please, keep watching. Part 3 is next week, in which we'll be going over the layout. I'm actually working on some different things with recording equipment, so that way I can actually show you guys exactly what what my gardens are going to look like this year, how I'm laying them out. I'm very excited to show everybody if I can get the microphones to work correctly. And then the week after that, part 4, we're going to talk about scheduling. So please, if there's anything that you think that I missed here tonight, or that I should do another video about, please put a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook. Please don't ever hesitate to contact us. We would always love more ideas. We'd always love to show more of the kids. We have a lot of awesome events coming up. And as the weather gets warm, we'll have a lot more of the family doing things together, and we hope that everybody's going to be excited to come along with us. So thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.